Was it ever an option to do what our parents told us to do? For some, maybe. For others, not at all. Was it ever an option to do what our teachers told us to do? For some, maybe. But for others, not at all. Was it ever an option to do what the police told us to do? For the alive, maybe. And for the dead, not at all. Do you see the trend here? Most of us have been living our lives doing what we're told to do because doing so is good. And others rebel because we don't want to give the impression that we are good. But neither of these involve free will. We're either choosing to blindly follow or blindly go against. In school, we're given assignments. If you complete them, you get points. If you don't get points. But because the points exist, our grades validate our identity in one way or another. Those who want good grades must complete the assignments. And they must study hard to score high in the test. But here's the thing. Whatever we decide to call a task, or something that we have the option of doing for our supposed benefit, is our choice, whether or not we do it or not. But we've been given the perception by conditioning to react in a certain way, to fall into a specific role or identity. This isn't gonna change if you own a business or if you're owned by an employer as an employee. A customer will ask for needs to be met. A boss or manager will ask you to do something, or a coworker may even ask you for your help. But for some reason, we've been conditioned to not see that annoying window that pops up when you're about to start a program. Yes or no. If a task, assignment, project, or plan doesn't fall into our laps, we won't know that we have to do something. We see our friends playing League of Legends. Better hop on. Everybody's talking about the bad writing of the ending of Game of Thrones. I guess I better go watch it. John Wick 3 just came out with 2 hours and 11 minutes of gun fu action. I guess I better go see it. Because we have no habits in choosing for ourselves, we'll let anyone tell us what to do because we're too afraid to make that choice for ourselves. Why aren't we able to stick to a workout schedule? Because now it's our own will that we have to choose to follow it every single time. Why can't we stick to a diet? Because we aren't used to the willpower needed to follow it. Why can't we finish that book? Because we normally don't read for our own benefit. You know why people are worried that robots are gonna steal their jobs? Because they're afraid they'll be compared to a robot. It isn't because they're afraid that they'll lose the job. It's that they're afraid that they'll lose the person who tells them to do the job. Someone who's gonna tell them everything they need to do. Now they don't have to think. They're more comfortable knowing that they don't have to make the choice of whether or not they need to put in 8 hours today or not. In reality, they're just scared of being a robot. We all have dreams. We all have an ideal life or a fantasy we want to live one day. But why don't we have it? Is it because the world is conspiring against us? Because the odds are stacked against us? Or because we were unlucky? No. It's because we don't have the willpower to do the work that'll get us there. And as long as we choose not to choose, that fantasy will remain a fantasy. Is that what you want?